The time has come, fellas. The time has come for us to turn back the clock and travel to the dawn of time in our adventures through prehistoric Teyvat. We will start up with the creatures that appeared at the end of the pre-Justinian period, 66 million years ago. Starting off in Mondstadt, we have the Leotyrannus. Its name means lion tyrant, referring to both the lion of the south and the place where its fossils were first found, the southern region of Mondstadt. We also have a crocodile. This is a yet-to-be-named genus, but it still had some scenes where it attacked a Favoniceratops and was beaten up by the Leotyrannus. There was also a small frog, and it is also a yet-to-be-named genus. Here we have a titanosaur called Animal Titan, meaning wind titan. This was the largest creature discovered in Mondstadt. This 50-ton creature will pulverize anything in its way. Here we have a Favoniceratops, meaning Favonius horned face. Here is the female variant, because of the shorter horns. And here we have a male. He's bigger, he has longer horns, and he has more vibrant colors. Heading into the skies, we have the Tempestopteryx. Like all other pterosaurs, it's not a dinosaur, but it shared its habitat with the dinosaurs of Mondstadt. Its hatchlings were fluffier and didn't have the ability to fly yet. On Dragonspine Island, we could find the Vengerdraco, meaning Vengeance Dragon. Its prey were dwarf hadrosaurs called Hexenhadros, named after the Hexen Circle, of course. In Liyue, we have the last Mamenchisaurus in Teyvat, Qingyun Titan, at around 85 tons. It dwarfed every single creature in the region. There is also an invasive species called the Nivedon. The dinosaur itself originated in Snezhnaya and not Krai, but quickly adapted to other regions, including Liyue. Further north, we venture into Chenyu Vale. This is an undescribed genus of a Chenyu Agedarchid, a type of giant pterosaur. And there is Lapicauda. You might remember this guy from Farina's Island adventures. It uses its tail to toss rocks. Very efficient. That's why its name means stone tail. The chasm in western Liyue was once an ocean. Here we have a giant ammonite, a carnivorous fish named Chasmosteus, meaning chasm bone, and Nihilodon, meaning Nihilidae tooth. It's the last iguanodontid in Teyvat. All the rest have gone extinct. Heading into the oceans of what will one day become Inazuma, we have the Kaishinolasmus. a species capable of conducting electricity in its neck and generating sparks because of the bony cheeks on its skull. The upper and lower jaws grind against each other, creating electrical sparks to stun prey. They have an intense rivalry with the dolphin-like Tengu rhinus, meaning Tengu nose, as referring to the yokai found in Inazuma, the Tengu. In the atolls, we have the giant catfish Namazu, with an armored body and head. It was the biggest catfish in all of prehistoric Teyvat, and it had a secret weapon, a tail that could stun. Its prey was the flying sea scorpion, Amakiri. Its strategy against predators was flying above water. This was an efficient way to avoid its natural predator Namazu. Heading to the nation of Dendro, Sumeru, we have the giant ridgebulant tortoise, even bigger than modern tortoises. This turtle had an extremely long and tough neck, helping it reach fruits high in the trees. This species coexisted with the Nanotriceratops, meaning small three-horned face. It bears close resemblance to the Triceratops, a famous dinosaur. And also we have a small predator belonging to the Abelosauridae family called Venatodon, meaning hunter tooth. In the caves beneath Sumeru, we have the cave divers and an eyeless dromaeosaur that exhibited behaviors similar to penguins today. Its natural enemy was the cave shark, bearing resemblance to the nurse shark seen in oceans today. It also coexisted with the Nyctoctopus, meaning night octopus in Latin. In the islands of the future Sumeru Desert, we have the Galliraptor, which means chicken thief, as it closely resembles a chicken. And also a giant 8-meter-long snake called the Shretophis. Its fossils were also found in the Sumeru Desert. And then the Thalassarchon. It appeared in 2 episodes, the Sumeru one and the episode following after, which took place in Fontaine. This was the largest water-dwelling creature of all time in Teyvat. Speaking of Fontaine, we have the Fontanian giant squid. It's a relic from the early pre-Justinian era. We have the Padarosaurus, which looks like a Carnotaurus with curved horns facing forward. A pteranodonted pterosaur called Elysia magnifica, with a crest that looks like a staple remover. On land, we have the Melusinosaurus, with a weird-looking crest. It was classified as a dwarf hadrosaur, Another dwarf dinosaur is the Dracopus insularis, which means island dragonfoot. It's also a dwarf sauropod, not reaching the massive sizes of its relatives. And finally, we venture into Natlan. The Natlan raptor, which lives in the jungles of Natlan's volcanic island. The red-colored one is the male, while females are a green color to blend perfectly with the jungle environment that they used to live in. On the volcanic slopes of prehistoric Natlan, we have the Murita prisca, a genus of extinct titanosaur that got large due to insular gigantism. It's preyed upon by the Pyrothanatos, Natlan's own equivalent to the South American Giganotosaurus, the biggest carnivore Natlan has ever seen. But that's not the end of this adventure. We also have some saurians to check out. These saurians existed during Teyvat's last ice age, thousands of years ago. And this is the biggest of them all, the Natlan Titanosaurus. It's 50 meters long, 28 meters tall, and can weigh up to 300 tons. The last known individual died out 1,000 years ago. The same time the prologue of the Genshin Impact manga took place. This saurian was bigger than a modern blue whale. Near the volcano, we have the Natlanese Ceratosaurus, the ancestor of the Tatankasaurus, seen near the great volcano of Tolan today. In the spring waters, our ancestors were able to find the gigantic Mosasaurus. Although it is bigger than its real-life counterpart, it still looked ferocious. And during its hunts, it cooperated with the Spinosaurus. As a bonus fact, both of these species are the ancestors of the Koholosaurus, seen in the People of the Springs tribe today. But if you want to go even further, let's get back on land. This is the Natlan Tyrannosaurus. It was a mighty saurian, as heavy as a bull African elephant. With an attitude of the king, it was the mightiest creature Natlan has ever faced. The Natlan Dromaeosaurus, on the other hand, occupies the scavenger niche. Before switching its diet to fully herbivorous, like its descendant the Yumkasaurus, it only ate fruit on occasion, and had a mostly meat-based diet. In the forested areas of what is now the Masters of the Nightwind tribe, we have the Therizinosaurus. Because of the cape and the ears, it's indeed the ancestor of the Ictomosaurus. The only thing that sets it apart from its descendants are the giant claws on its hands. These were mostly used to pick fruit from the trees, and sometimes for defense against predators, including our ancestors, who tried to hunt this thing. This thing started to evolve into Ictomosaurs about 9,000 years ago in Natlan. Here we have a saurian that was mentioned in the fandom. This is the Natlanese Stegosaurus. The last known individual, called Mahuru, fight in a war against the Abyss. Despite its rock-like growths on its body, just like the Tepetlisaurus, the two species are biologically unrelated. A saurian who is actually related to the Tepetlisaurus is the Allosaurus. It may not look like it, but it's actually the ancestor of the saurian from the children of Echo's tribe. Back in its era, it had an intense rivalry with the Stegosaurus, and the fights between these guys were rather brutal. However, as the Archons began to rise, the Allosaurus learned how to dig underground, and over time it devolved into the Tepetlisaurus we know and love today. The Dromaeosaurus, on the other hand, swapped out its carnivorous diet for fruit, making it the Eumecosaurus seen in the Scions of the Canopy tribe today. The Spinosaurus and Caholosaurus are both the ancestors of the Caholosaurus. The Ceratosaurus started to lose weight and became the Tankosaurus, seen within the collective of Plenty tribe today. The Titanosaurus, though, rest in peace, my big boy. You will be missed, but one day, scientists of Natlan will bring you back from extinction. So, which creature was your favorite? Write down in the comments below. And I will see you on another expedition. Bye bye. Take care.